Hey guys, Tom from Touchscreen here. Just another bit of a touch topic to talk about. And this probably it's not something that everyone would think about often, but it just makes me wonder. Me being a coach and everything, and it's about multiple captains in a team. Now, Touch and Rugby League have a partnership in Australia, and you see the NRL teams, they have multiple captains. I've seen situations where there's a whole leadership group as a captain, and that's starting to filter into the touch football game where you might send your captain out to the toss and four people on the other team walk up to the toss as well because they've got four captains. They might have three pods and a winger that's a captain. So all of a sudden, there's one player on one team and four on the other team. Probably the most common thing I have seen in touch football is the co-captains. They have two captains, and you could probably make an argument why that is good. Me personally, I've always been a firm believer that a captain is a captain. One captain, they're the leader, because if you have co-captains, unless you know that they have a history of working together, what if they have a disagreement? What if one captain says one thing and the other captain disagrees with it? Who has the final say? And normally people would say the coach, but what if it's like mid-game and the coach is busy, or they're on the field together and they have a disagreement? Can be very tricky. And the other thing is, if you look at the rule book, because it doesn't actually say, it just says captains will perform a coin toss. Captains, I assume they mean captains as in one from each team, but it doesn't actually put a limit on how many captains you can have. So if you can have like any amount of captains, look at this rule here, 25.2 of the Australian 8th edition. Only team captains are permitted to seek clarification of a decision directly from the referee. An approach may only be made during a break, in play, or at the discretion of the referee. So what that means is referees don't want to be constantly bombarded by players. They only want to speak to the captain. It's then the captain's responsibility to relay those messages. But if you look at this team, I saw it at NTLs, there was four captains in this team. That means there's four players that can approach the referee. And if they're all on at the same time and they all approach the referee at once, very overwhelming for the referee, especially like in some junior tournaments, the referees can be like 13, 14 years old, but they're all the captains. So they're all entitled to do that. What if there's six captains? Like, where does it stop? 14 captains. Everybody's a captain. Why not? It could be an under-10s game where you want to give everyone a turn at being a captain instead of going, you're a captain for one game and then we'll rotate. There's only 7 games. There's 12 players. Everyone's a captain for every game. And at the toss, will be very funny when they all walk out to the toss. It's like, I can't remember that movie. If you think of that movie, let me know in the comments. Is it Remember the Titans with the gridiron? They all walk out. I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Let us know in the comments if you remember that movie. But yeah, it's not a big deal. Like I've had situations where I've had co-captains. I had a captain, like we had a pre-tournament before the second tournament, and my captain went down 5 minutes into the first game. So someone took over the captain duty for the rest of the tournament. And then when we had our second tournament, I allowed them to both be captains because the player who wasn't the captain that filled in was essentially captain for that whole tournament. So you could have two guys that are absolutely outstanding, that are true leaders in their own fashion, and they're a cut above the rest, and they're really helping you coach the team. You might have grounds to have co-captains, totally fine. I think anything more than two captains, I think we should have a limit. Mixed, I can understand you having a male and a female captain, but I do think that a tweak needs to be written there. Maximum of 2 captains per team. That way, if you have to get injury, you've still got a captain. And you won't have people with entitlement to just bombard the referees all the time. But let me know what your thoughts on that are. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. If you're a member, I'll get back to you. We can have a disagreement, healthy conversation. It won't bother me. They're actually quite good for the game when people disagree and can have a healthy, mature conversation about it without getting personal. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on multiple captains. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next video.